I love this album, man. Hey, welcome back to the Monsters Mornings on Real Radio 104.1, broadcasting live on iHeartRadio. And listen, you know, when it's my birthday week, there's certain things I want to do. We went to wrestling yesterday. That was awesome. Talking to the lead singer of one of my favorite bands in the world, Micheal Sweet from Stryper. Extremely excited about it. Michael, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am wonderful. I got to tell you, man, I'm very excited to talk to you today. And I want to, you know, we have a joke around here. A lot of times we'll have celebrities that come on and they're wearing sunglasses and we're like, oh, you're trying to be cool. But here's the thing with Micheal Sweet, which you guys don't know, and I've been following him forever. I'm watching one day on Facebook, and you've got the eye patch, and I'm like, oh, that's a badass look. That looks really, really cool, man. But you didn't do it to look cool. Like, you actually had an issue with your eyes, and you've got to keep the glasses on, right?
Exactly. I actually don't like wearing sunglasses. They're uncomfortable, and I'd prefer not to. But yeah, it's better for me to wear sunglasses pretty much 24/7 because my eyes are really sensitive to light right now. I can't see properly out of this eye, so it's almost like double vision. Wearing sunglasses helps, so I wear them a lot lately, man.
Yeah, but you know, when you're a rock star, you can do that, you know. But the eye patch was a pretty cool looking thing. But you don't have to wear the eye patch any longer, do you?
I don't have to. Occasionally, I throw it on when my eyes really bothering me. You know, but I don't have to. That's really uncomfortable as well. It gets all sweaty, and you know, it's pretty nasty. Now, who was that Dennis the Young wannabe you guys were playing a few minutes ago on that song, man?
That was you. That was you, man.
Oh, really?
Hey, Angel has been playing Stryper music for some time, and the new album, by the way. Michael, I've been listening to it over and over again. I mean, I think it's really, The Final Battle is a great album, and you guys continuously put out music, and you don't really stray from, like, this is Stryper, this is what we do, this is and you seem like you're still enjoying writing music.
Absolutely, 100%. Love what I do still. We love what we do still. In terms of putting out music that is pretty much the same, each album, if you go back 4 or 5 albums back, they're all very similar in terms of the musical style, even the artwork. And there's a purpose for that. It's because we don't want to venture too far away from how we sound and what we do, because this is what we do. We don't want to alienate our fan base, and we want to stay true to our roots and not sell out and try to reinvent the wheel and be a modern band when we're not, or be a rap band when we're not, or be a country band when we're not. We just do what we do. Love it or hate it, that's who we are.
Speaking of that, and Angel who's here with us, he's my producer, and he does a lot of music shows, very into music. He's also a DJ, and so we talk music all the time. And with the new parameters, and I don't want to debate the parameters with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they got new parameters. They've changed it a little bit, so a lot of things are available for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that some people may or may not like. I fully believe, and not just because I believe I'm a friend of yours or because I'm a huge fan, Stryper deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'll tell you why. When you talk about metal Christian bands, you guys are it. Like, you set the way, and you made it cool for people to like that kind of music. In the height of MTV, and I thought Angel was going to argue with me, but Angel, you agreed with that, right?
Yeah, I could see where they could absolutely make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So when people bring that up to you, Michael, is that an aspiration for you with Stryper?
It is, and I just want to say, hey, Angel, how you doing, buddy?
Pleasure to meet you, man.
I made a comment about it, and I got some flack. I guess if you're in your own band and you say we should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that opens the floodgates for criticism, because how dare you say it when you're in the band? But, I really feel that Stryper is a contender. Why not? I mean, we should be every bit as much as any other band that's been around for 40 years and put out 14 studio albums and sold gold and platinum albums and toured the world to sell out crowds for 40 years. I mean, just based on that alone, why shouldn't we be? And then you add to the equation what you just said. I mean, we've beaten the odds for 40 years. We sing about God and present a entirely different message and we've beaten the odds, and that makes it even more respectable, at least in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I totally agree with you. And as a matter of fact, I bring this up a lot when I'm talking to other people who are into rock, and I have had nobody argue with me. Everybody's like, yeah, you're right. Stryper, because it is so unique, and it's not doing what everybody else did, and you guys still sound absolutely awesome. Hey, I know we have like limited time, but I got to tell you another kind of funny story. So we were talking back and forth about our whiskey, about the Majestic Monster whiskey, and I'm like, man, I'll send you some, and I sent it to you, and then you sent me back. Here's the photo that he sent me back, right? And I'm like, oh my God. And I showed my wife. I said, I think Michael is messing with me. I think he photoshopped that to make his thumb look crazy big, right?
Michael, you don't even understand. Look at that thing. There he is.
Yeah. Dude, that's a thumb.
And I came in, I showed Ryan, who's on the show, I said, I think Micheal Sweet is messing with me. He did some crazy thumb. But
to which I replied, yeah, a rock star got up early, photoshopped a picture of his thumb just to mess with you.
Everybody always thinks that, but look, you can see it in real time here, man.
Does that help?
It's a weird alien thumb. I think the doctor pulled me out of my mom's, womb by the thumb. So yeah, interesting.
Does that help playing guitar? Can you bring your thumb over and like hold down a chord with it?
Unfortunately not. I sure wish I did. I have really big hands. I can palm a basketball and all that stuff very easily. My hands don't fit my body, they're huge. And I don't know if it helps me in terms of guitar playing. Maybe it does. I don't think so, but maybe it does.
And your guitar playing, once again, if you're a huge fan of the band, you know this. If you're not, you may not. But Oz Fox is the lead guitar player in the band. But Micheal Sweet, I don't think you get enough credit for your guitar playing because you do a lot of that as well. And do you want to be known for your guitar a little bit more? Because obviously your voice is amazing, but would you rather be known for your guitar playing more?
Well, it's interesting. A lot of people don't know the history. I mean, before Oz joined the band, we were a trio. I am a lead guitar player. I started out playing guitar before I started singing. I was a guitar player in bands before I started singing, and we were a trio for a number of years. And then we brought Oz in. And if you go through every album from the very beginning to right now, all the guitar parts, guitar solos, if you're in the studio with us and you can see it,
yeah,
they're all split up 50-50. And I think a lot of people assume it's all Oz. And, I read comments all the time, like there's a riff going that I'm playing, and they're like, wow, Oz is really killing that riff.
That's
like,
you.
Who cares? Does it matter?
Yeah.
No. But, it's like I play guitar too, and it goes unnoticed sometimes, unfortunately. And good for Oz, bad for me. It's just the way it is.
And he was, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but he was kind of on death's door there for a little while, right? Like he really was in the hospital. I mean, it was pretty bad. And I know that he's made his way back health-wise, right?
Yes, he went through 2 brain surgeries. And gosh, oddly enough, when you think brain surgery, you think death's door. But Oz was in the care of the best doctors and was awake when they were doing it.
Wow.
And they had him play guitar while he was doing it. So when they touched that part of his brain, once he couldn't play a chord, they stopped,
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So technology really allows for so much these days. So Oz is doing really great. He's pretty much back to normal. I mean, you never know that he went through 2 brain surgeries at all.
That's awesome. Hey, another thing I wanted to ask you about, I had a chance to really catch up with you. How did you like the whiskey, the Monster whiskey?
Oh, man, dude, I tell you what, I'm a sipper. So I only had 1 glass and I sipped it, and it was amazing. And I appreciate you sending that. And I'm envious because you've got your own whiskey and I don't. And I've wanted to do a whiskey for years because I'm a whiskey connoisseur. I love whiskey. But, I don't know if that would fly in the Stryper fan base too well.
I got you. Hey, another story I thought was hilarious. I think the guys would get a kick out of this as well, is that I saw that you went on the Kiss cruise. And I saw the little thing with Sebastian Bach, and I laughed because I know you. But if you want to tell them what happened, I think it's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh! Well, first of all, Sebastian and I buried the hatchet, which was amazing, and we were at odds for a number of years, and we buried the hatchet. But Sebastian was dead set on doing God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
And everybody would assume Micheal Sweet, out of all the Kiss songs, well, of course, Micheal Sweet knows God Gave Rock and Roll to You. It's got the word God in it. But
everyone knows that song, right? And I do know that song, but I don't know that song in terms of going and performing. I don't know the lyrics.
yeah.
So he wanted to do that, and I reached out to Tracy Guns and Brent and the rest of the band guys, and I said, guys, I don't know this song. Can we do something that I know? That'd be a lot better. And they said, well, what about Ain't Talking About Love? I said, I know that one. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So I go there to the stage. I didn't work on God Gave Rock and Roll. Didn't think about it. Went there, go up on stage. Sebastian says this thing, and then he says, God Gave Rock and Roll to You. And you see me scrambling, reaching for my phone, going, oh, crap. And it was just obviously a moment. And then I look over to my left, and there's Paul Stanley sitting there watching.
Realizing, Micheal Sweet doesn't know the words of the song.
Oh.
Did Paul say anything to you about it afterwards?
He kind of maybe he didn't, but in my mind, he gave me a look like, you doofus.
But
and then I saw him on the boat backstage later, and I mentioned, "Gosh, dude, I messed that up. I didn't even know it." And he goes, "Hey, it happens." You know, he didn't really say much. He didn't seem too bothered by it.
Yeah, you said on the cruise he was actually really cool to all the performers, all the band. Like he said hi to you guys, watched your set and everything.
Amazing. He came out. I saw him pretty much at every show.
Yeah.
Literally watching every show, and he was taking photos with everybody. Never had an attitude, and I tell you, that's tough.
Yeah, right. Angel, question for the great Micheal Sweet of one of my favorite bands in the world, Stryper.
Michael, it's great to meet you and everything. I just want to let you know Orlando, Central Florida loves you. I saw that you guys are currently on tour. No Orlando dates, so that if they're asking and if you get a chance on that second leg of the tour, I think a bunch of fans here in Orlando would love to see you guys come to town.
We will always add Orlando. It will be on the list. Just give it time, and we can't wait till we return. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So you have another tour planned soon, right? Aren't you going to
Australia?
Overseas?
Yeah, man. We leave for 2 weeks for Australia. We're doing, I think, 7 dates there. Then we come back. We do some some shows here, East Coast, Northeast, and then we go in May on a 6-week ground run. And we got a lot going on. There's so much going on. I start to think about it, and I get overwhelmed because we just moved into a new house.
Oh, okay.
The office, the studio, the house, the storage units, everything into this place. And we're trying to get settled. It's been tough. My parents have both been in the hospital and in rehab. Lisa's stepmom just passed.
Oh, man.
It's an interesting time for us. You know, life is crazy right now and a little overwhelming.
And is Lisa doing okay? Because I heard that she fell and injured herself down at was Rock Island or something like that.
She did, man. I was going on stage and I said, Lisa, I forgot my trem bar from my tremolo. Can you go get it? And I was literally 2 minutes going on stage. She ran back to get it, and she fell and really hurt herself.
She's such a sweet person too.
I know, man. So she was going the extra mile in for me. So I feel like I was the cause of that. But she's doing better now. She's still in some pain, but she's doing better.
Yeah, good, man. Listen. You know what? Like, it's one of those things where, like, I have your number. I could text you all the time, but I don't ever want to bother you. But if you ever need to promote anything, and when you come in town, I'd love to be able to come and say hi again. But nothing but love, man. I love the band. I love the new album, and you got a new album coming out with George Lynch, right?
Yes, it's Sweet Lynch 3 coming, and it's really great. And I wouldn't say that. I'm telling you, it started off not so great, and I was concerned. And then we reworked some things, and now it's a great album. And then I just finished another album that I'm doing. I guess you could call it a solo album with Alessandro Del Vecchio and myself. And it's more Journey and Foreigner, like a little more 70s, early 80s style.
Very cool.
Really cool, man. And then Stryper acoustic album coming.
Oh, really? Oh, that's badass. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited. Well, listen, Michael, thanks for making time. I know it's early for you and everything, but thanks for making time. For my birthday, it's a pretty big deal to have you here, and thanks a lot, buddy.
Russ, God bless. Happy birthday, and text me anytime, okay?
Okay, man. All right, you take care. There you go. Micheal Sweet of Stryper. Once again, the new album, it's called The Final Battle. It's really awesome. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, don't go anywhere.